So, bro, where we going right now, we're showing you some of the lies that they gave us, right? Which we're going to read it again so you can understand. These people lied to us. And it's been 400 years. Why are we still okay with that? Right? But guess what? We're going to teach you the truth.
The book of Leviticus chapter 11 verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof.
Because what you're going to, is Leviticus, that's in the Bible, right? You've heard of that. That's in the Bible, right? So it says the swine, what is a swine? A pig, right? Though he divide the hoof, read.
And be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
God just told you the swine is unclean. So if God is telling me this, I'm supposed to follow this book and be a follower of Christ. God himself just told you this is unclean. The swine is unclean. So are we supposed to be eating a pig?
Bring it out.
Do we love God? Why is your Christian pastor saying that it's okay? But this is in the Bible. The same book they're supposed to be reading out of is in here. It says the pig is unclean. Finish that verse though. Finish that. Read.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
Man, we should not be eating that. That just clearly clarified. Yes, it said it's unclean. Now it says you should not eat it.
Right.
No, you should not eat the pig. Right? Hey, guess what? If you want to be a vegan, you don't want to eat meat, you don't have to. No, we're not telling you can't eat meat, but I'm telling you specifically what meat you should not eat. Give me verse 11 about the rivers. Read.
Verse 11. They shall be even an abomination unto you. You should.
The rivers, the fish. I want the fish. Because even though there's a whole variety of fish in the sea, God still, because every animal God created had a purpose. And the purpose of those things are not all to be eaten. You understand what I'm saying? All these things are not for us to eat. Just like in the ocean, there's things in the ocean we should not eat because they have their own purpose. Read.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
Now listen to this.
Whatsoever have fins and scales.
Does every fish in the ocean have scales?
Bring it out.
Hey, does everything in the ocean have fins? It does not, right? What you're gonna find out today, what you should have learned this in your churches, but we know they don't teach the truth. But you should have learned that. But what you're gonna find out is God gives you the characteristics of what you can eat. These things have to meet this requirement. Read.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Whatsoever has fins and scales, it has to meet those requirements. Does a catfish have both of these traits? Huh? A catfish? But what don't it have? It don't have scales. What about crabs? What about the shark? What about the shrimp, lobster? These things are an abomination. We should not eat these things. Right? We should not eat these things. Now listen to this. Read.
And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, and of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
God said these things shall be an abomination unto you. Why are they not teaching us this? Why are they continuing to say it's okay?
Bring it out.
Why you think pork, pork is, if I'm not mistaken, is the cheapest meat on the market? Why is that? Why is that? Because these people that's feeding you these things hate God. They hate God, and they want to see God's chosen people, which is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They want to keep y'all down. They don't want y'all to rise up and come back on top, because God, they know what's going to happen. Once we acknowledge who we are, this world will be ours again.
Right.
Because it was made for you. Read that. What you got? Read it.
Malachi chapter 2 verse 7.
This is what the pastor should be teaching y'all, right? Read.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
So you should be seeking the laws of God out of the priest's lips. Right now we show you the laws of God, so we're about to give you a law now that the pastor should have been telling y'all. But instead they make it okay for y'all to come to church, come as you are, which is nowhere near, that's not even in the Bible. Come as you are is not found in the Bible. But give me Deuteronomy 22. Read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5.
Bring it out.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So the subject matter, the woman, right? Again, we reading out of the Bible. There's nothing I'm going to tell you that is not coming out of the Bible. If you love God, you will listen to it and you take that in and be like, you know what? I've never been taught that. Maybe I do need to change my life. Because all of us go through things and don't understand why we go through the things we go through.
That's right.
But now when you come back to the Bible, you would actually understand why I go through these things. Finish that, read.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
What is that talking about? The pants. How? So it's easy for us to understand it, right? And we see that God said the woman shall not. So I would read something like that. Why we don't follow that?
And why did they say come as we are?
That because the pastors are not teaching the laws of God.
Bring it out.
Again, I told you, come as you are is not in the Bible.
Right.
It's not in the Bible. Finish that verse. Because so guess what? The women should not wear pants. That's in the Bible.
Right.
Read.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
All these actors you see dressing like a woman, athletes wearing dresses. The Bible said neither shall a man do that thing, put on a woman's garment. Because that is cross-dressing. Right. And God is against people that cross-dress. Give me Zephaniah 2. Or Zephaniah 1 and 8. Give me that. Because there's judgment for these things.
This is a battle?
No. As you can see, we're reading out of the Bible. I'm not just speaking my own vain opinions to you, right? I'm not just speaking my vain opinions to you. Read that.
I get it.
Give me that.
I get it.
Because what you're gonna find out, there is judgment for all that thing.
Right.
I get it.
What he's doing is
Matthew 24.
Give me that. Yes, that's facts. Give me that. Matthew 24. Hold on, listen to this, sis, before you go. Because that's the question you asked, what is he doing, right? I'm about to read it out of the Bible, what he's doing. Read that.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
How can a man deceive you, right? Take heed that no man deceive you. How right now, if you're looking over there, how can he be, you look at him and be like, how is he being deceived? What is he holding his hand and just speaking but not reading out of it?
Bring it out.
Well, his version of the Bible.
But is he reading it? So guess what? Take heed that no man deceive you.
Right.
If I'm going to talk to you about the love of God, I'm going to read to you what God is telling you to do.
Right.
And what he's doing is trying to talk over you. But
and guess what? Hey, guess what? It don't matter because the word of God is going to stand strong.
Right.
That's the word of God, because guess what? That's why you here. Stand and listen. You could have been over there, but the Spirit brought you here.
That's right. First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48.
Bring it out.
And laid open the book of the law.
So what you're going to find out is the same people, his people, took our Bible, opened it up, and did what?
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Revelations 1:14. What? So we just read, right? The heathen saw, they opened our book and changed the image of the likeness of our images in that book. Where is this image? See, because this is what we just read in 1 Maccabees 3:48. This is it right here. They taking our images and whitewashing it, right? So now, is this image, any of these images found in the Bible? We about to prove to you that this is what they was doing. In 1 Maccabees 3:48, how they took the image and changed the likeness of our images. But we about to show you the depiction of Christ. Yes, that's what they did.
You know, I seen a movie.
It's called iconoclasm. That's what.
Let me tell you, I seen a movie with Christ, and I know that Christ had wolf hair like God, but
yes.
His hair was like perm straight.
No, we about to show you.
That's my older story. I told my kids that's not the right movie.
And it's not.
We have hair. And they had like a perm.
Why have we? But it's now with all the information. Why have we accepted this though? We accepted this, my brother.
I guess we're following everybody else instead of stop.
And we're about to show you that, my brother. How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, right now we're going over the image of Christ, because what we read in 1 Maccabees 3:48, these people took our book, opened it up, and change the images of our people in the Bible.
Right.
And then another thing.
Hold on, let me read that so he can catch up to us.
First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48.
Bring it out.
And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So they took our book and paint their images in the Bible. So they took our Messiah and whitewashed him and turned him to a white guy.
And another thing
Right?
we did is a lot of books from the Bible that's missing.
No, just that we have the full Bible right here.
Oh, yeah, I do?
Right.
Okay.
We got the King James Bible 1611. Give me Revelations 1.
The book of Revelations chapter 1 verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So the root role of Revelation is revealed. So a lot of people like to say nobody knows what he looked like. Nobody have ever seen him. Well, how was you able to draw me an image to show me a Christ, but nobody ever seen him?
Right.
But yet you give us something that look like y'all.
Bring it out.
Right? But nobody, and then what if nobody ever seen him, who did they hang on the cross? Who was that? Wasn't it a person they hung on the cross?
Bring it out.
Right, but we're going to show you the true depiction of Christ. Read.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Wasn't that what you were just saying, sis? The hairs on his head was white like wool. If I'm looking at based off what I'm reading, right? Is this not what I'm reading in the Bible? The head on his hairs were white like wool, read.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes was as a flame of fire. Why was Christ's eyes, the pupils of his eyes as a flame of fire?
Bring it out.
Why was that? What was Christ's first miracle? What did he do to water?
Go ahead, tell me.
He turned water into wine.
Right.
And guess what? His eyes being red like wine was prophesied in Genesis 49 and 12. That was a prophecy that was going to happen. Right? Finish that off, read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet like unto fine brass. What color is brass?
Brown.
Brass is a brown, right?
Right.
It's a brown. Yes, it's a brown. So if I take this brass, this brown brass, right, and I do this to it, read.
As if they burned in a furnace. And it.
If I take that brass and I burn it in a furnace, right?
I had to get a hold of my daughter.
A furnace is a very hot. It's very hot, right? So if I take that brass and I put it in a furnace, what does it turn? What that brass turn into?
Bring it out.
The brass turned into
If I burn that brass, what color does it become?
I don't know.
If you burn anything, what color does it become?
Right.
It becomes black.
Right.
Sis, Christ was a very, very dark-skinned man. He was darker than you.
Right.
So for people to say out of their mouth, nobody's seen Christ, well, obviously you ain't been reading the Bible. You ain't been reading the Bible, right? Because obviously it just explained to you, Christ had hair like wool.
Right.
Which, if you look at anybody in the world right now, right? Look at all of us. What is the texture of our hair?
Bring it out.
Like wool. So guess what? We know Christ exists. We know he's real because he looks just like us.
Right.
Can't nobody's gonna be able to lie to us
And
anymore.
some parts in the world, because I'm a trapper, some parts in the world where we go, we're honored just because I was dark skinned.
Of course, you're gonna have that.
Just because
you're gonna have that. But because some parts of the world actually understands though. He's here in America is where majority of their lives is at. This is the place. This is Babylon the Great. This is where we have every nation is here. Give me Psalms. Give me Psalms 83. Give me Psalms 83. Because what I'm about to show you something. These same people that did this to our people, right? If God, where was the love of God when this was going on?
Bring it out.
We like to say God loves everybody, right? Where was the love of God when this was happening to our people? Where was the love of God when that white man had the knees on our brother's neck?
And you know the sad part about that right there in West Virginia? I traveled in West Virginia. Hurricane, West Virginia, you go downtown, they still have the thing where they used to sell the slaves.
Of course. Guess what? And it's just to show you that these people have not changed. Just because they removed the yoke of iron around your neck and said you were free, that doesn't mean anything, because they still treat you the same.
Right.
How is that a man is able to kill one of our people in broad daylight with all the proof in the world that he's at wrong, he's guilty, but yet the man had nothing to do? Yeah, give me that one. How can that happen? You kill us in broad daylight.
Trickery right now. Trickery right now.
Yeah, that's the devil.
But
Look.
I got her.
See?
But I got her.
But that's what I'm about to show you right now, though. Because
my oldest daughter.
Because that right there, what is he teaching us? What, his words?
Bring it
Well,
up.
read out of the Bible, because I'm gonna show you that. Read that. Read.
Zechariah chapter 11 verse 5.
Bring it out.
Whose possessors slay them.
Don't they still possess us today and kill us today?
Yep.
Right.
We have that on live TV. They recorded on live television, killing us. Right? Read.
And hold themselves not guilty.
Isn't that what the verdict the outcome becomes? They hold themselves not guilty.
Right.
They might have lost their job, but they still getting paid on the low. Slap on the wrist. They kill us on broad daylight, and they do what?
Hold themselves not guilty.
Now tell me the Bible is not a real book.
Bring it out.
Tell me the Bible is not a real book.
No, it's real. It's telling you stuff that already happened, that's still happening.
And it's
right
still
now.
happening
That's
today.
right.
That's why, look.
Even with the trickery right now, it's
That man, he comes out here every day
But I got her.
and just wave around, scream, Jesus is this. Again, if he can he answer this to me, right? If he can hear me. Where was the love of God? This is a question I ask anybody. Where was the love of God when the so-called black man was put on cargo slave ship?
Bring it out.
Where was God? Where was John 3:16 when our people was getting shut down in these streets?
And
Right.
it's still happening.
And still happening today.
It's even worse
Where was John 3:16 when this was going on?
Bring it out.
I'm probably scared
But yet-
as a black woman because I'm a nurse and I'm
Hey,
needed.
guess what? Hey, guess
And
what?
I'm needed.
You won't
That's
be
the only
scared
reason.
if you keeping the
No,
laws of God.
I'm scared
Oh,
as a black woman because I'm a nurse.
well, hey, what
Because
happened?
I'm a
Sid? What
nurse.
happened?
Because
I want to know what happened.
Because I'm
what
a nurse. I'm scared. I know I was in harm's way, brothers. I was in harm's way. I was in Gallatin, Tennessee somewhere, going to work. And they was gonna, I guess, do an organ transplant. They go get me. They told me, I just got to work. I worked for 16 hours. They told me, oh, well, we gotta take you to a psychiatrist. I said, I'm a damn nurse.
They think you crazy,
Wait, no,
right?
hold on.
I'm gonna show you why.
I let them take me. But then I talked to I said, I know the procedures, I'm a nurse. And you know what they did? They released me at 2 o'clock in the morning. In the middle of nowhere, but I ran through the woods. You see these scratches on my face? That was for those woods scratching me, but I got a little scratch.
We're gonna show you something, sis. Because as God's chosen people, we have to conduct ourselves differently.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me Titus 2. I'm gonna show you something out of the Bible. Read that.
Titus 2 verse 3.
In fact, give me hold that. Give me 1 Timothy 2 first. Give me that first. Sis, we're about to show you something, all right, sis? Because guess what?
I told you I
what
got
you
her.
just saw over there, sis, just proved to you that the Bible is a real book.
Bring it out.
What we just read in Matthew, take heed that no man deceive you. He knows you learning the truth, but yet he tried to pull you to the side to give you what? His vain opinion?
Right.
Read that. Yeah, 2:9. Titus 2, verse 2:9. Read it.
1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9.
Bring it out.
In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
What does it mean to be modest? That women adorn themselves in modest apparel, right? Because a lot of the times, the things what you experience, had you was applying this, the odds are that would not have happened to you.
Bring it out.
Right? Because God would be with you because you're doing what He's telling you to do.
Well, God was with me that night.
Just hear me out.
I had my nurse uniform.
Remember, you were spared, right? Because the Bible talks about that. Judgment. Finish that off and give me that first. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. 8 and 11. Hold that. Give me that first. Finish that.
In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works.
With good works. It's not saying you can't look and beautify yourself.
Right.
It's not saying that. But as long as you are in the outlines and you got your dress on, right? You can put whatever jewelry you want. You could look good if you want to jewel yourself or dazzle yourself, however word we want to use. You can do that. But guess what? You still have to be in modesty. You still have to wear your dresses. You can't dress like that. My sister, you can't be dressed like that. Because you're attracting the wrong attention. Right? Because that, when you think about this, you attract your attention to a man who's dealing with lust, right? All he wants is what he sees. Now you go sleep with this man. Now this man don't want you no more. Now this man, he's not SH. But whose fault was it?
Bring it out.
Whose fault was it that happened? You gave him the appearance of what you look like and let him have it at that. Now he don't want you no more because he already got what he wants.
Bring it out.
Right? So we can't blame the man for not being SH. I'm not saying that they're not. Some of them are. But you gotta blame yourself. Because guess what? You gotta always take accountability for yourself.
Right.
Because a lot of these times what a man do what they do is because you give them that option. Right? Because if you don't open your legs, how can that ever happen? You can't be a baby mama, a baby or a whore or anything like that if you don't open your legs to that man.
Bring it out.
Right? Give me Hebrews 13:4 first. I know, hold that first and give me Hebrews because I'm on that subject. Because you know what? Because what you got to understand, the Bible says marriage is honor.
Right.
Not baby mama, not boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
These things are not honored. That's why you are able to be called a baby mama, because you did not follow what God told you.
Right.
If you literally listen to what God said, you would not be all these statistics that the economy or environment give you. Read.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable.
What did God say?
Marriage is honorable in all.
In all. Read.
And the bed undefiled.
What does that mean? Marriage is honorable in the bed undefiled. That means as long as you're married, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Behind the doors, as long as it's lawful. No threesomes, none of that crap, right? But you can do whatever you want with your husband, because the bed is undefiled. But what's going to happen to those who don't follow that guideline?
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. How
does God judge an adulterer, a whoremonger? How does God judge these people? But how does God judge? You understand what judge means, right?
It's like you're being punished.
A punishment. How does God punish people who don't follow His guidelines?
Bring it out.
What happens, or what can happen?
It goes both ways, because you can be married for 35 years. Like I went to their dad, and the dad goes out.
But the thing is, you're married. Once you are following the guideline, things happen. But God never ordained divorces. It's because the people, all these divorces you've seen, is because they never knew the laws of God.
Right.
They don't understand the Bible. But back to the question I asked you, how can God judge a person who's an adulterer or whoremonger? What can happen to him? How? What kind of punishment can come upon? That's what we're trying to get you. All these diseases coming to my brother. Let me ask you a question, my brother. Look, listen to this though, because the Bible talks. Listen to this one last verse.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Because guess what? AIDS is not in the Bible. Gonorrhea, syphilis, gout,
diseases.
All these diseases
and they're studying recreating itself.
And guess what? And guess what? All these sickness only gonna come on the people and be judged by the people who are not keeping Hebrews 13 and 4.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.